Souls-like games, they are frustrating, tough, and incredibly rewarding. But there is so much more to it rather than its difficult levels. They don't spoon-feed you with the stories of the dialogue and the flashy cutscenes. You have to discover them yourselves. Each tiny clues make you feel like you're a detective in an environment with all the secrets. Every failure teaches you something new. The moment that you win after countless tries, that's a high like no other.
There are so many Souls-like games in the market, they all share the core elements. The success of these games has gradually established Souls-likes as a distinct subgenre in gaming. So, with that said, in this video, I'm sharing my personal picks for the best Souls-likes from S tier to A tier that I've played, specifically including the ones that aren't developed by FromSoftware themselves. First one is Demon's Souls. I recommend this game cause it's the most interesting and varied game in the Souls series. Like what IGN says, each level is difficult, but in very different ways, and never for simple reasons. I recommend playing the remake because the original version feels a bit dated visually and may not appeal to everyone today. The remake includes a live orchestral remaster pairing the updated graphics with a full overhaul of the Demon's Souls musical score. The in-game dialogue was also re-recorded and updated for the master. The second one I recommend is the Dark Souls series. The series has 3 games that are classics that every Souls fan should experience. If you're short on time, maybe try Dark Souls 3 first. As the gameplay is pretty similar, it's the most polished, refined game in the series. Best soundtrack, best bosses, best combat. Also, it is the best game in the series for newcomers. Bloodborne and the Old Hunters DLC is the third game that I recommend. It tells a story in which you will unearth the harrowing tale of the hunters who once made Yharnam their playground. It has cool weapons, including several community favorites. Bloodborne's best bosses are all from the DLC. The second and third area of the DLC are wonderful designed. It's quite difficult but very enjoyable. For players with some Souls-like experience or those who enjoy intense battles and dark atmospheres, this game is a must-try. As you can see from the footage I showed at the beginning, Sekiro was my personal gateway to Souls-like games and a Game of the Year winner. It introduces the posture-breaking mechanic. Unlike traditional Souls-like games, Sekiro features a Japanese Sengoku period setting catering to samurai enthusiasts with its swift parrying and execution animations. The unforgettable sound of clashing swords is a reason enough to give it a go. It's got a frustrating learning curve at first, but it's immensely rewarding when it clicks. The first time I tried it, I died a ludicrous number of times to the first many bosses, and I almost put it away for good, but pride, determination, and the beautiful aesthetic made me go back again, and I'm so glad I did. By the end, I didn't just beat the game, I became the sword master the game demanded. Elden Ring is FromSoftware's latest title so far. I recommend this game because it combines the core elements of Souls-like games with an expansive open world. The open world and questing system are the new benchmark for the entire genre. This game is the most open and freeform entry in the Souls-like genre to date. If you rush, you can make it the hardest Souls game you've ever played. If you take it a bit slower, it will be similar in difficulty to the old games. Some fans feel it caters more to casual players. As it is with maps and grindable areas for leveling, I recommend playing without farming to maintain the challenge and enjoy the satisfaction of overcoming difficult obstacles. The Nioh 2, made by Koei Tecmo, combines the high difficulty of Soulsborne games with Japanese yokai folklore. I recommend this game because it stands out as a looter Souls experience. I think the first playthrough delivers that classic Souls-like challenge, but subsequent runs lean more toward a hack-and-slash vibe once your gear is optimized. This game gives you a huge amount of choices in regarding to combat. 11 weapons with 3 different stances. Each, you can customize your weapon skills for each stance. There's a lot of tools that you can use from poison to elemental imbuement or spells. Lies of P easily earns its spot in the S tier of my recommendations. I've already finished it on PlayStation, and now I'm back at it on PC, this time hunting down those achievements. This game mixes a bit of everything from other Souls-like games into one experience, with its gothic, dark aesthetic and a narrative inspired by the tale of Pinocchio. The game explores themes of lies versus truth and of what it means to be human. The music in Lies of P is seriously top tier. I mean, without it, the game just wouldn't hit the same. The boss fights are one of the highlights and show that it understands what one of the most important elements in a Souls-like game is patterns and movesets. Bosses have many unique attacks and animations, often with long wind-ups that require the player's full attention and pinpoint reaction to be defeated, with a major focus on perfect guards to stagger and destroy enemies' weapons. Personally, I think the parry system feels a bit inconsistent, and the overall execution, while solid, still shows some growing pains. Nonetheless, it's a worthy addition to the genre, so highly recommended. Now let's talk about the A-tier Souls-like game and why they are not in S-tier. The first one is Hollow Knight. It is a 2017 Metroidvania video game developed and published by Australian independent developer Team Cherry. I love the gameplay because of the tight controls, great boss fights, that satisfying sense of discovery. Each victory feels earned, and even basic enemies can be lethal if you let your guard down. The game nails that perfect balance, tough but fair, and when you finally push through a brutal fight, the rush of victory is unforgettable. But if I'm being real, the visuals just don't hit as hard for me. The art is stylized. If Dark Souls and a Ghibli movie had a depressed love child, it'd be Hollow Knight. I respect the hell out of Hollow Knight. I personally don't like the visual aesthetic long term. That's why it's not sitting in the S tier of my recommendations. Black Myth. Wukong. This game has been the talk of the Souls-like world since that first trailer dropped like a meteor, a Chinese indie studio. Game science shows off insane visuals, tight-looking combat, and Wukong as the main character. The game draws heavily from Journey to the West, one of the 4 great classical novels of China, and spins it into something dark, gritty, and cinematic. Think FromSoftware but with Buddhist hellscapes and Taoist mind-melting mysticism. Yes, I do recommend it. Visually, it's jaw-dropping. Unreal Engine 5 flexing every muscle, gorgeous lighting, water effects, facial animations. Oh my, the mythology is super rich. And the premise of playing as the Monkey King in a Souls-like world, that's dream game material right there. It feels special, and there's clearly a lot of love behind the project, but it's not in my S tier.
Halt! No ill will I bear. I'm merely my brother's eyes and ears. I feign my loyalty to guard this path on the bear's order. Your destiny's bleak and stark. In its grip, we share the mark.
For newer players, the difficulty curve might feel steep but doable, but for Souls veterans who've played through the likes of Sekiro or Nioh, the inconsistencies in the combat system become painfully obvious. Wukong is worth checking out, it doesn't hit the consistency or polish to stand shoulder to shoulder with the true S-tier legends in my opinion.
Next Souls-like game I recommend is Wukong, Fallen Dynasty. It's a strong A tier for me. The whole system revolves around deflecting. You can't just block and turtle up.
Boss fights are varied, but some fall into that annoying rhythm of memorize this anime combo or die. It's a trial and error parade. I had a great time with it. No major bugs, no crashes, just a smooth, stylish action game that fans of the era will really enjoy.
You must put an end to his depravity, and I will guide you along the way.
It's not perfect, but it's worth a play if you're into fast-paced combat and the mythology of ancient China. Also, I recommend this game, especially if you liked Nioh 2.
Against the people, we shall bring you to justice under heaven's decree. We are the Son of Heaven, Emperor of Demons.
Another game sitting in my A tier is Thymesia. I think it is how you pronounce this game. So, it is a great fun weekend Souls-like game, as if you want something fast and flashy. The combat is slick, fast and aggressive. If you like dodging and slashing like in Sekiro, you'll enjoy this. It has an amazing atmosphere and soundtrack, tight controls, classic Souls combat with some unique innovations. But if you come from Elden Ring or Nioh 2, you will feel the difference straight away. Cause the story is super vague, like you might finish the game and still not know what it was about. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm Ellie. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Now, go get good.